Hi, it's Bill, the Knee Pain Guru. Today we are going to talk about knee pain while running. We're going to go into that later. It's a live stream, so those that are asking questions, please ask your questions in there. Let's see. Yeah, start typing your questions now so I can cover them at the end. And we're going to go now into understanding knee pain while running. Make sure give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, and ask your questions. Like if there's other topics that I'm not covering today that you would like to see on future videos, please put those in the live stream and I will cover those on future videos. Before we get started, I want to understand that if you have something going on with your knee, have it checked out by a doctor first. Get a diagnosis so you know what you're dealing with. It's kind of like you want to turn the lights on the living room before you begin to straighten it up. It's one of those simple pieces that is important when you begin addressing anything that's going on with your knee. So the question today is knee pain while running. A lot of people have knee pain when they run, only when they run. And what's important to understand is looking at the tension pattern that is going on in the body that is causing it to hurt. Many times there is what makes it challenging when you have knee pain while running is the fact that it only hurts while you run. And then it's kind of hard to point to the spot that is giving you the issue when you're not running. So you're left to kind of strengthen your legs or stretch your legs in a way that you hope when you go running that the pain's not going to be there. And unfortunately, it kind of leaves you in a loop. You're doing things that you're hoping is going to make the pain go away when you run, but when you stop running, the pain isn't there. So you do things that don't bother you. So when you go running, the pain's there. So it's this kind of weird loop that takes place. But I want to give an analogy to you to understand what is happening and why the pain is only happening during the exercise, during the running. If you've ever driven that car that only shakes at 48 miles per hour, like if you're like 46, 47 miles per hour, you're fine. Nothing happens. 48 miles per hour, something shakes. And then as soon as you get past 48 miles per hour, 49, 50 miles per hour, the shaking goes away. So it's one of those things that there's a speed that equates with the shaking that's going on with the car. This same analogy can be brought to the body when you're running. It's like that pain is only there when you're doing that specific activity. Otherwise, it's not bothering you. So the key is to bring our awareness in how to address it. Now, this is on the other side of exercise and physical therapy, exercise, stretching. It isn't working. You're looking for another solution. So we have to understand the pattern that is going on in the body when you're running. So now you're out there running. I'd like you to pay attention to which leg you feel the pain in, or which knee you feel the pain in. Right knee, left knee. Is it when you're pushing off? So is it, let's just pick the right knee for this example. When you're pushing off, do you feel the pain? Or is the pain when you're planting your foot? Or is the pain when you're transitioning? These are all going to indicate different tension patterns that's going on in the knee, in the hips, in the lower back, in the ankles and feet that can point to where we can look at what's going on in your knee when you're not running, or in your hips, lower back, in any of those places that will give us kind of an indication of how to address what's going on. You can look at the location of the pain. Is the pain behind the knee? Is it in the front of the knee? Is it in the kneecap? Does it feel like it's in the center of the joint? Is it on the outside of the knee? Is it on the inside of the knee? You can begin to see your awareness begins to change, and some of these questions you may not be able to answer. In that case, what happens is that it begins to illuminate the path as to how to address what's going on in your knee when you're running. Your awareness and understanding on where the pain is in your knee when you're running. Oh, here's another one. Going uphill, going downhill, on rugged terrain, on concrete, on grass. Pay attention to all of these different nuances that are going on in your knee when you feel pain. Do you run barefoot? Do you wear minimalist shoes when you run? Do you wear regular running shoes? Does the pain change when you run with regular running shoes or when you're barefooted? All of this is going to indicate how to look at maybe what's going on in the feet, maybe what's going on in the shins and the calves, maybe what's going on in the hamstrings and the quads. Hips and lower could have something to do with all of it that ties together, and these tension patterns change based on uphill, downhill, the type of shoes, what's going on. So your awareness is going to give us an indication of where to go and how to get you out of that place to resolve the pain. If you have questions, I noticed there's some people here online. If you have questions about your knees, about knee pain, please ask them. We will address those in a little bit. If you're wondering where to go now, like, okay, Bill, great. That makes sense. I can start paying more attention to what's going on in my knee. What can I do next? Head over to my website, thekneepainguru.com, and take my 7-day knee pain reduction challenge. That'll give you an indication of how to gain more awareness by getting the pressure off of the nerves. We're going to get to that in just a moment. So, creating comfort. That's your way out of pain. That is the shortest distance between where you're at and where you want to be, running without pain. And the reason that is because when you're looking at stretching, strengthening, or continuing to run, there's a belief out there that you have muscles that are weak in your body. But think about that. If you were running and you got pain while you're running, it wasn't like one day you woke up and all of a sudden something got weak. If you've continued to run and it's been progressing over time, something isn't weak. It makes more sense that something else is pulling too tight. So if you go in that place and strengthen what's weak, you're strengthening a dysfunctional tension pattern that is causing the pain in your knees. So you're just making a stronger dysfunctional pattern that is going to cause more pain down the road. It ups the ante in your body, and the wear patterns increase because now the tension in your joint gets tighter every time you run. So think outside the box. Let's look at what got tight that makes the other thing, the other muscle set, look weak. So if we could start loosening or relaxing something that's tight, what ends up happening is we gain normalcy, we gain balance in the knee, in your movement. And from that place, running is going to be easier. Or if you want to strengthen the body, strengthen your legs from that point, you're going to be strengthening your legs from a place that's not painful. It just kind of makes sense, at least in my mind. It may not in yours. Create comfort. Relax the tension in the body. That's the shortest distance between being in pain while you're running and being out of pain. Now, this is absolutely something that you can use if you're out running. You're out running, the pain starts happening. You can actually get the pressure off of the nerves in the knee, relax the tension in the knee, and get back to running again. Just a different option, because we're looking at neurological states. The body either being in a sympathetic, a fight or flight state where pain consequently happens, or a parasympathetic, a rested and relaxed state where the body is not in pain and it recovers faster. Especially, you can employ this after you get done running. So, okay, let me put the link to the 7-day knee pain reduction challenge in here where you can check that out. Please ask your questions if you have any regarding knee pain. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications to know when I have future live streams that are happening. I'll be talking about different topics around knees. Doing this for a while, 20 years since I blew out my own knee. So I have had lots of experience both with myself and with thousands of clients. That's what we got for today. It's going to be a short one today. No questions. We're going to cut it short in here. I appreciate, actually, you know what we could do? I got some questions that came in from my YouTube channel. We can cover those. How about that? Okay, let me get over. It's not. Hold on just a second. It is not allowing me to see it while I am. It goes away. I can't bring up my inbox at the same time. So we're going to wrap it for today. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate that very much. If you got questions, please leave them in the chat box. And I will, how to reduce knee pain. Someone is watching. Okay, that's good. I can see there's people watching. Thank you, Chris. Action challenge. That will be your first step, no pun intended, to begin to reduce the pain in your knee and get the pressure off of the nerves. And what we're talking about is tiny little nerves, the width of an eyelash, that are being squeezed when the knee feels pain, and that squeezing irritates the nerves more with movement, and that causes the pain. And once we start relaxing the tension in the joint by getting the pressure off of the nerves, causing the joint to relax, you create a little bit more space. And when you create more space, the nerves don't get irritated and the knee isn't out of pain. It accelerates recovery. It shifts neurological states, and it sets up the conditions so the body is able to heal itself. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? If you have questions, please let me know. Okay, that's what we got. So, Rajiv, that's how you reduce knee pain, and we have people watching. So that's good. Okay, I'm going to scoot. Bill, the knee pain guru, thanking you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next live stream.